Have you ever walked home so many times that you stopped paying attention? Same streets, same lights, same steps. Now imagine this. You walk into your neighborhood and never come out. Tonight's story is about a man who did everything right and still vanished. This didn't happen in a dangerous city. There were no dark alleyways, no abandoned buildings. It happened in a quiet, working-class neighborhood, the kind of place where nothing ever makes the news. Tree-lined streets, identical houses, porch lights glow softly at night. A place where people felt safe enough to stop locking their doors. And that's exactly why no one noticed when someone disappeared. His name was Evan Moore, 32 years old. No criminal record, no enemies, no history of disappearing. He worked a stable office job, paid his bills on time, called his mother every Sunday. Friends described him as predictable, not boring, just reliable. Evan liked routines. He left work at the same time, took the same route home, walked instead of driving to clear his head. 15 minutes. That's all it took. At least, it was supposed to. On a Tuesday night in early autumn, Evan stayed late at work. Security cameras recorded him leaving the building at 9:17 p.m. The footage shows nothing unusual. He swipes his badge, adjusts his jacket, nods politely to the security guard. Then he steps outside. This is the last confirmed image of Evan Moore alive. He chose to walk home. He didn't text anyone, didn't make a call, because there was no reason to. Cameras along the route tracked Evan's progress. One camera shows him crossing an intersection. Another shows him passing a closed convenience store. His posture is relaxed. His pace was unhurried. At 9:24 p.m., his phone connects to a cell tower near his apartment. That connection tells investigators something important. Evan was still moving, still alive, still on his normal path. Then, nothing. No calls, no texts, no location data. Just silence. Evan's route took him down a short residential street called Cedar Row. It was a shortcut, one he'd taken hundreds of times. Cedar Row was quiet. No businesses, no alleys, just houses lined up like mirrors. One security camera covered the entrance to the street. At 9:31 p.m., Evan appears on screen. He walks into Cedar Row. The camera never captures him leaving. At 9:48 p.m., his girlfriend texted him, "Did you stop somewhere?" There was no reply. By 10:12 p.m., she called him, straight to voicemail. By morning, she contacted the police. Officers initially assumed a delay, a misunderstanding, but by the end of the day, Evan was officially missing. Police searched Cedar Row extensively. They knocked on every door. No one heard a scream. No one saw a struggle. No one noticed anything unusual. Search dogs were brought in. They picked up Evan's scent easily. The dogs followed the trail, step by step, until they reached the center of Cedar Row. Then, something strange happened. The dogs stopped. Not confused, not circling, they simply sat down. Handlers later said it was as if the scent didn't fade, it ended. There were no footprints, no blood, no torn clothing. Evan didn't drop his phone, didn't leave his wallet behind. He didn't fall, he wasn't taken. It was as if he had stepped somewhere else. Investigators were left with an impossible question. How does someone disappear from the middle of a residential street without a trace? 3 weeks later, Evan's phone turned on. At 2:11 a.m., it briefly connected to a cell tower. 17 miles away, near an abandoned industrial area scheduled for demolition. Police rushed to the location. They found nothing. No phone, no Evan, no sign anyone had been there. The phone never connected again. After the phone ping, neighbors began recalling things they hadn't mentioned before. One neighbor said Evan stopped walking suddenly. Another said the streetlight flickered. One neighbor, who refused to give a name, said something chilling. It looked like he was listening, like someone was talking to him. But no one else was there, and none of this appeared on camera. Officially, the case remains unsolved. Unofficially, some investigators share theories they never put in writing. One officer later said, "It's like he walked into a space that didn't exist before. Not kidnapped, not murdered, just removed." Whether by chance, coincidence, or something no one understands. Months after Evan disappeared, his girlfriend received a voicemail. No caller ID, no timestamp, just static, followed by footsteps. Exactly 15 steps. The same number of steps from the start of Cedar Row to where Evan vanished. Then, breathing. Slow, close. The message ends. Cedar Row is still there. People still walk it every night. But locals avoid the center of the street. Because sometimes the streetlight flickers, and people swear they hear footsteps that never reach the end. If this story unsettled you, you're not alone. Tell us what you think happened. And if you're brave enough to keep listening, subscribe. Because some people don't disappear, they just don't come back.